Unaku show. This na the Krios.com show. Na this show, we go talk about Creole history, language, culture, and tradition. If you want to know more, na for go na www.thekrios.com www.thekrios.com. So this episode of we podcast today with a painter. We don't paint for a very long time, so I want to let you introduce himself and tell me why he paint. Usted he begin for paint and so on.
My name is Kosonike. I began for paint much later in life, but earlier I've been to do some sketches for my dresses in them. You know, I've been designer and dressmaker, so you can get embroidery for do and design and so on. So I can help them for do down there and even trace them for them. But when I go to university, now I've been for use color because one of my friends discovered that I can draw. So he said, make we go put paint the hall for them party. Now there I start for paint on the wall. Paint with color. I sketch on the sketch all the time. But I learned drawing in school. In school we do many subjects. High school, we do drawing, we do bookkeeping, all that kind of things. So I've been on sub for draw, and my mama again they help me give me work for drawing in embroideries. So that's how I begin.
So how you develop because you don't do boko exhibition them. Usted you do your first exhibition where person actually pay you for the painting.
Well, make I say if me first exhibition na Sierra Leone, but I've been done a draw before where they pay me for when I've been in England, where I've been student. Then discover say I can paint well. So the lady we see me work once, paint for my friends in my hall. Now I go a meeting. He asked me what I do. I said, I can paint, I can write, and so on. So he said, make us see some of your painting. So I showed them painting here. So become a patron. He introduced me to all them pubs there and all anybody who want to paint. Some they paint for them pubs and they put the logo in painting and put on the wall. So I don't really forget money from painting from attending. But the first exhibition where I get many paintings now with Berana Bonnie Nicole in 1963. Yeah, when I come home, me brother-in-law no say I can paint. So he meets Miranda and say, you don't meet this brother-in-law, yeah, he can paint too. So Miranda can see some of his work in my house. And I say, well, in the gate an exhibition, if I join now. And I join, I saw the first exhibition down again. And I sell all the painting I make that time day. So that image, in fact, inspired me for do more.
Okay. What style of painting you do? Because when man can see you painting them, he can act for pick waiting and waiting. What you consider that style?
Well, make I say, I get inspired by Cezanne and the others. The method of creativity. Then get various styles. Then Picasso come in and so on. So I get a mixture of this contemporary art, so it's more abstract. So I developed that abstract art from what I call the discovery art. I do a color match first on the canvas. Then within this color, I can decide how to follow, what I see and what to follow. Then at a particular stage in it, I decide how to finish it. But that's one type of painting. I can also do just creative art. I can do the landscape. I can do portraits, depending on what I feel like. Either I also do work on the society, a society statement. So that if I see like a childhood marriage or congestion, all the ideas I put in painting, so you could see the whole story behind that painting.
And a final question: how you see painting they develop, or how you feel say painting don't develop from back then as alone to now? Has there been any major change in the way painting, painters and artists then at home, and where they grow or they shrink?
I think it'll grow. When I first go home, I joined the Sierra Leone Sierra Leone Society of Artists. The famous artists, the Megan Bonini Cole, you have Celestine Blake, you had Margaret Neville, Jason Williams, and it was a thriving. In fact, they allowed me because I didn't have any qualifications. Like all of them had the qualifications. And so from then, there have been developments in the school because there have been art not only in schools now. There are art also in the college. Mr. McCarthy's college have an art department. It was a pity for we didn't have one, but the artists from Mr. McCarthy are very, very good. And so that have developed, and they out in the market because they are doing all some more demonstrations, illustrations in books and so on. So there is a market for these artists.
What about the informal one then, where not learn nothing and just begin paint out of interest?
Oh, you mean street artists?
Street artists, yes.
And artists for pleasure.
Yes.
Or for hobby. Oh, there are many of them. Only they don't exhibit like we exhibit now. Because
what's in the barrier? What's in the cause them? Is it lack of money, lack of exposure?
No, I think it's lack of numbers.
Okay.
Right now there is a group called the Bara Society. I think it's set up by one lawyer Bangura, Hawa Bangura, and she's a good artist. I don't know whether she had formal classes, but she's actually very good and is encouraging young people to paint. So they are contemporary artists because all her works are in creative art, this imaginary, all new and contemporary. So there's a big society of that coming in. But I think what stops ordinary people is because they haven't got a number to exhibit as a one-man exhibition. So they wait until they are invited, like how I invite some of the people. He invites me sometimes to exhibit in his show. So I think the art world is now picking up. Before he died, the war came and people dispersed. They went to Europe. They made their names in Europe, and they didn't come back. But I think art, we haven't done much because people don't see any profit in it. Really, people don't buy. They don't buy books either. I'm talking about art.
Yes.
So that's in fact stopping people from producing more.
Yes. Okay. Thank you. You've been just listening to the Krios.com show. The Krios.com na group of people we like all thing about Creole history, culture, tradition, and language. Join we na www.thekrios.com.